Hello and welcome back. So, last episode, I noticed a little quirk that we're going to address on this one, and it's this. So, if you press a button and you hold it down, stuff will keep happening. It's going to auto fire, and we don't really want that, right? Unless that's how you like it, then it's fine. Don't mess with anything, right? But another one is this. So, I'm going to dash, I'm going to go through the portal, and without letting go of the button, the moment we get to the other side, we're going to dash again instantly. So it happens like this, right? That's not good, right? We don't want it to work like that. So how do we make stuff only happen when we push the button and not keep happening more and more and more? Well, last episode we talked about global variables. So let's use global variables to fix this issue. Variables can be used in many ways, right? You don't have to use it just for specifically holding a value, right? So to do this, to better exemplify how this whole thing is going to work, let's do a pause menu or a pause screen. No need for a menu right now. And to do a pause screen, we're going to go here on our scenes and we are going to create a new scene. And we're going to call it pause. Let's call it pause menu. Even though it's not a menu right now, we're still going to call it pause menu. Let me just adjust the mic a little bit. There we go. So pause menu. There we go. And the pause menu, we're going to go to the event. And oh my god, the brightness. The vampire in me does not like this. I know. It's a dead joke. But, vampires are usually undead. Anyways, good. But I know. I'll stop. Anyways, we got the pause menu. And all we need is we're gonna scuff it up a little bit. Let's go to where do I keep the UI stuff? Oh gosh, I'm being so lazy. And we're gonna copy, duplicate the energy counter, and we're gonna call this one pause. I'm gonna drag it on there in the middle. And I'm gonna change the text to game is now paused. Let's put it in the middle. Like that. Going to the toilet. BRB. I don't know. And just decided to be a silly bun. Um, that color is still white. Press OK. And there we go. Let's try and center this a bit. It doesn't matter. There you go. Game is now paused. Going to the toilet. Be right back. Now let's go to our event. Is this the one? Oh no, this is the stuff we have on the side too. Okay, let me just zoom in so I can actually read things. And we're gonna copy one of the groups. And it doesn't really matter where we put this one. So let's just put it at the beginning of the scene. And let's call this one pause. And we're gonna add an event like that. Drag it underneath. And key pressed. When a key is pressed, which key? Let's make it W. When W is pressed, okay. Add the condition. Let's do change scene, but let's do the pause one. I got scene. Which one's called? What is it called? Is it pause scene? Pause the scene. There we go. Pause and start a new scene. That's the one we're gonna use for the pause scene. The pause screen. Because with this the change one, we change and we stop the old one completely. With this one, we're pausing the current one, we're changing to the new one momentarily, and then we go back to the level where we were, and everything's gonna be where we left it. So we're gonna change to pause menu like that. Press OK. So now when we push the button, we change to pause menu. And then if we push it again, like that. Actually, to better exemplify it, I'm gonna put it here, but then I'm gonna change the place where this is. We're gonna do return scene. Is that what it's called? Pause, stop and go back. There we go. Stop and go back to previous scene. Press OK. So to better exemplify this whole thing, I'm gonna cut this from here. I'm gonna open. Wait, I already had it open, right? Yeah. Pause menu events. We're gonna add the event. Copy here. So now when we press the W key, we're gonna get sent to the pause menu. But while in the pause menu, if we press the W key, then we get sent back to the game. But this is not gonna work. It works in our head, right? We push it once, it sends us to the thing. Push it again, we send it back. So I'm gonna press W. And it's kind of like, it's sort of working because I'm tapping it. But you can see that if I keep pressing it, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, oh, look at that. It's flickering. It worked the first couple times because when you push the button, it's constantly changing between the two of them. And when you let go of the button, whichever one it is that it ended on, that's where the thing ends on, right? So see, now it's okay. Now that time it worked because when I let it was like going back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. And when I let go of the button, the last one was this. Now I'm gonna press the button. Okay, so it went back and forward, and the last one was this. Okay, okay, but it's not working properly. See, it still flickers. It's happening a bunch of times at once. So how do we make this happen only once? You might be thinking, well, use trigger once. And if you go to, we have too many things. I'm going to close this one for now. And we don't need to see the menu anymore, so I'm going to close that. Let's go to game code. And let's try that out. And it's not going to work. Spoiler alert. Trigger once. Select trigger once. Press OK. I'm going to copy. Pause menu. Click. Press. There you go. So now both of them have trigger once. Is this going to work? Nope. Because trigger once is not global. So it's going to work. See, it's flickering again. Oh, now it's even worse. Because before, without trigger once, it was actually rolling the dice. So it happened like a bunch of times while we were pressing the button. Then when we let go of the button, it would end up on whichever one it ended up. So sometimes it would work. But this would trigger once. It's like I'm pressing the button, it's going to the menu. When we get to the menu, we're still pressing the button, so it sends us back instantly, right? That's why you see it for a moment, right? So how do we make this whole shebang work? Well, we're going to use global variables. And, well, we're going to use one variable, which is, let's go global variables and add a variable. Let's call this one pause button pressed. It's a long name. We could do it better, but it's fine. For now, it works. Let's make it Boolean. All right, true or false. So it starts as false. So pause button pressed. Boolean, true or false, starts false. There you go. Apply. So now let's go to our game code. Let's add this. And global Boolean. Global Boolean. I'm sorry. The idiot in me is coming out today. Variable. Pause button. All we gotta do is press P because it's the only one that starts with P, so it starts showing up already. If it's false, press OK. If you push the button and the button's false, add again global boolean pause button pressed. We're gonna change it to true. Right, so we're gonna change to true, and we're gonna change to the pause. So now I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna copy that one and go to the pause menu, add it there. And we're gonna take away the trigger once. We no longer need the trigger once. I'm gonna get rid of trigger once here as well. Don't need it. And we're gonna copy that one. You could have just typed it in again, but eh. So if the button's not being pressed, it's gonna change to being pressed. And it's only gonna trigger that thing once. So now, as usual, as we've been dealing with booleans, the issue is finding a way to make it go back to being false. So now I'm going to press W, and it changed to the pause screen. But now if I press W again, nothing happens because the global variable still says that the button is being pressed. So we need to find a way to make it go back to not being pressed. And the way we're going to do it is like this. Gonna add a new variable. I'm gonna copy, paste, W key pressed. Gonna select it, and I'm gonna press J. So if W key is not being pressed, copy paste that one. We're gonna change it to false. And I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna copy it. Let's go to the pause menu event, and we're gonna paste it. So now, because we're dealing with global variables, they're gonna stick. As we change the scene, they're not gonna change out of nowhere. They're not gonna go back to being the default state. No, global variables only change when you tell them to change. So I'm gonna press W, and it went to the pause menu. If I press W again, it goes back. If I keep pushing the button, there you go. So press 1 and I'm holding it down. Nothing's happening. I'm going to let go of the button. I'm going to push it again. There you go. So push it, let go, push, let go. Nothing's happening. So it only works when I push. And as you can tell, if I pause here, we're in the pause menu, whatever. Be right back, going to the toilet. We came back and it's like, okay, more ultra block time. Press W, and look, we're exactly where we left off. Oh, wait a minute. Phone's ringing. Be right back. Okay, more gaming. Press, and we're exactly where we left off. And again, and press, and that's a pause menu, right? Cool stuff. And you can apply this to everything. For example, our dash game code. Let's go to global variables, add a variable, and dash button. Let's finish. Pressed. We can do this in like a structure and it would be nicer. It would look nicer. I'll show you that next time. We're going to make this into a boolean as well. And again, it starts with false. And we're going to press apply. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to copy this boolean. I'm going to close the pause. I'm going to find a dash. Open the dash. And now under trigger ones, I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to change the if the dash button equals false. Copy. Paste down here as well because we're doubling it up, right? Get rid of trigger ones. It's no longer needed. And now I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to copy. This probably takes more time than me just typing in boolean. Oh my god, we already have so many of these. Anyways, so we're going to put one more. And if the dash button set to true, copy, paste there. And then we're going to add one more at the end. And we're going to do the same thing. Copy, paste the dash key. Put it down there. Wait, am I tripping? Where did it go? Oh, it's there. Go there. Then we're going to click it. Press J. So if it's not pressed, then copy paste one of these booleans. Put it down there at the end. Just like we did for the pause menu. And put false. So if we're pushing the button, it will set it to true. If we're not pushing the button, it will set it to false. So let's do it like that so I don't jump down anywhere. Right, there we go. So I'm still holding the button and it's not dodging anymore. Dashing, I mean. I'm moving, I'm still holding the button and nothing's happening. So now I'm going to let go of the button, push it again, and we dash. Push it again, we dash. So now let's dash through the portal while still holding down the button. And nothing happened. We didn't dash the moment we got to the other side. So it's only dashing when we push the button and if the button is not being pressed. Cool, right? So that's a way to use global variables to go between scenes with, not having that little quirk of, oh, if the button's already being pushed, we go again. It just keeps working for as long as the button's pushed. So this is how to do control over your key presses. In my other project, I have a bunch of these, right? I have like, if this button's pressed, go false. If it's not pressed, if it's not pressed, go false. If it's pressed, go true. This kind of stuff, right? So this is a way to stop your key presses from happening. Anyways, that was a long one. I'll catch you guys next episode for some more stuff, more cool stuff like this. I love little things like this. Anyways, I'm still thinking about what's going to be next episode, but I'll catch you there, and I'm sure it's going to be something fun. All right, till then, peace out.